story. She drove him 24 hours. Yes. She took a horse and buggy all the way up here. It took 24 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Sarah Pearl.
Hi, guys. Give it up for John and for Fitz for hosting this fantastic, wonderful event. Laughing, having a good time. We're recording this, so I'm just going to dump that all in later with my jokes. My name is Sarah Pearl. I was gifted with a really easy name to remember. It's just Sarah, as in God's princess, and Pearl, as in the kind of necklace that a guy who really cares about you gives you. I am from St. Louis originally, but I do live in Springfield, and to give you guys kind of an idea of what that's like, the other day I got to see the quintessential modern-day equivalent of Springfield, Missouri tumbleweed, and it was just a used condom blowing across the street in front of a gas station called Come and Go. That's about exactly what it's like. I am single, and a lot of my friends are married and they have kids and they don't know how to deal with it at all. I was at a birthday party and one of my friends asked me if I had tried online dating yet. And when I say that, it's more like an encouraging suggestion. But when she said it was with like concern and pity, like I'm at the end of my rope. Like, Kelly, I am 27. My uterus does not look like the Crypt Keeper's face. When I accidentally queef, it's not like you dropped a bag of powdered sugar in the grocery store. Ooh. That's postmenopause. Get it together. As far as online dating goes, I think the hardest part is having to fill out the section in your profile where they ask you what body type you are. And I always go with athletic because that's something that I've heard so many times throughout my life. Like, oh, you have such an athletic build. You look like you used to be an athlete. Which I think is the socially acceptable way to comment on how ridiculously broad my shoulders are. Like, it's been an insecurity my entire life. Like, when I was born, I just came barreling out of my mom's vagina like a linebacker. Just tore that pussy up! You're welcome, Mom. She's here, guys. You want her number? She's single. Woo! Yeah. Oh, man. No, one time a guy asked me if I'd ever been a swimmer before. No, I just do a really convincing, tough job. I went to get a massage from this woman who was like really highly recommended from some friends. And I carry all of my stress in my upper back, and so she's working my shoulders. And I'm pretty sure she broke every rule in the massage therapist's handbook when she said, "I have really masculine shoulders." And so I was pissed, and I waited a second, and I was just like, "You think those are masculine? You should see my dick." I have never felt fear through a human being's fingertips before, the way that I did that day. But who needs online dating when very recently I started talking to a new guy? Woo, yeah, thanks, guys. One person's like, yeah, woo. He is an older guy. He's 11 years older than I am, which technically means he's old enough to be my dad if he was like the world's coolest 11-year-old. Normally when you get together with somebody, you're like really excited about all of your first, like your first date, your first kiss, your first anniversary. With this guy, it's like, if it works out, like really soon here, I'm gonna have to plan an over-the-hill party. Like, better start learning how to like change bedpans out now, because that is gonna come in handy later. He told me that when he has an orgasm, it's like somebody stepped on a baby powder container. He's got like 401k and retirement plan, and I have 2 part-time jobs. He's got a ton of benefits and stuff, and all I have are drawbacks. So we'll see how that works out. At least I know that if it doesn't work out with the older guy, I have the younger guy game on lock. Give it up if you've ever seen a a baby boner before in your life? Somebody put John on the sex offenders registry right now. It's a thing that happens. Like, good to know, because I was babysitting once, and I was changing this kid's diaper, and immediately just like brought a whole new meaning to baby fat when he popped his chubby. And I just immediately like, hand check, hands up, don't shoot, please. And I called my mom, and I was freaking out, and she's just like laughing hysterically on the other line. And she says, "Don't worry, honey, it happens all the time." I was like, does it? Like, is this just like a genetic skill that gets handed down from one pearl girl to the next? Like, I've been walking around since then. Maybe she just said it to make me feel better about it. Like, I've just been walking around since then around this planet just thinking like, yeah, baby boners, like, just happen all the time. But, it worked out pretty well because changing tables are pretty flat, and it's kind of like a ballpoint pen with a cap on it. Like, if he goes to roll off, at least something's gonna stop him. Like, have a kickstand. No SIDS for that kid. Like, he's not rolling over and dying in his sleep anytime soon. Thanks to me. I'm a great mom.